What up? So, how'd everybody do? Look, my man, I just want to, title of the video is Thank You for Learning to Trade. But I want to thank you. My business model, if you haven't heard me say this 5,000 times, a little bit different, especially now that we have a hater. Every video is dedicated to you, guy. Remember, a crime needs to be committed. So this is actually the opposite of crime. What happened this week, I had a couple of guys that were new. And as I continue to say, why would you pay? Think of me as the skeptic, right? Why would I pay anybody else for anything unless I feel like I'm going to get my money's worth, right? And if I can't test that out, how am I ever going to know? But nobody lets you take the test drive in the stock market. Not stockbrokers, not the YouTube gurus, not the educators, not your analysts, nobody. Your hedge fund managers, no one's going to let you see how the results are and then, oh, it worked. All right, cool. Now now give me the money. But in my case, that's what I try to do. Obviously, if you come into my chat room and everything I'm talking about is a bunch of bullshit, you'll know pretty quickly. And what's been great is now that all of our stock picks are doing great also. It's hard to deny what's going on. So we added a few winners to the list, right? AAOI, of course, it really worked well, but then it starts to roll over. And we had this discussion yesterday about the differences between day trading, swing trading, or investing. So some of the guys took profits. Some of the guys actually did what I normally do is I short the stock in one account to offset the stock going down because you don't want to sell it as an investment every time it pulls back, right? Because then you get a Tesla. It pulls back for one day and then it goes up 70 the next day. Or Beyond Meat when it didn't do anything in between this monster breakout that it had. Maybe you sold it yesterday and you missed out on today's move. But that's what I'm here to talk to you about. How about that Beyond Meat, right? I gave you the exact levels, right? As a free present. I told you about the $80 level a couple of weeks ago, if it ever got over that $80.45, whatever it was. And then more importantly was this gap that needed to be filled. 2 months in the making, and it was fantastic. But underlining all of that was a subtle play, and we're calling it the millionaire fuck toy trade. I know I'm not supposed to curse, but it is, all right? Why would you want to buy stock, right? In a company that makes no money, that sends people to space. Space. Who cares? The stock presented itself as a buy. It opened up, didn't do well. They tanked it down to $7, and then it came back. The comeback is when the shorts get trapped. Now, I know this company doesn't make any money, and they may never make any money. How many people are signing up for a trip to space? But that's not the whole premise of the situation here. There's not that many shares available. We're talking about SPCE, space, right? And the reason I call it the billionaire fuck toy is you think these guys brought the company public to lose money. So now that they shook everybody out of the IPO from 10 down to 7, it got back over 10. We've been long ever since. And today we finally broke out. Got through that 12 the other day, and now 1250 got us to 13 today. It was a pretty damn good trade. So Beyond Meat, obviously the Tesla. Now, I could stop doing any of this right now. Not that many people are able to afford the Tesla, but some of the guys had those $385 calls from last month. Yeah, and I understand. You understand here. Let me put it in perspective. we were in some options. And again, this is why nothing you could say out there, hater, or you're my one hater that I have left, nothing you could say can make me feel worse about what I did. But again, you cross the line when you call me a criminal. If you want to fight it out, you know, guns at noon, I'll draw you also. So come meet me. We'll do it in the street, Central Park. We could do paint guns. I'd rather do, you know, live ammunition if you like, because I'm willing, because I'm pretty good. I think I'd win. And even if you get your shot off quicker, faster, I'm probably going to get a headshot before you hit me in the chest. So, and again, we're just talking about fun stuff. One shot duel at noon. Let's do it. Call me a thief. You've now you've slapped me in the face and you've questioned my honor. But again, if there was some sort of criminality going on, right, would people be signing up saying, hey, you did what you said you'd do, now let me sign up? You see, that's why my business model is the only business model that should be the way Wall Street works. But I'm the only one who's got the balls, who's got the stones, the cojones to do it. Because let's say you show up for one day and you don't hear what you want to hear and then you're gone. You know what? You're probably not going to make it as a trader anyway. But if you come in and you settle down and you listen to what we're doing in there, I got no doubt you're going to want to stay. And then it's just a matter of, you know, whether or not you can afford to hang with the master and the warlock and my crew. But isn't it better when you make money first and now you've got that money in your pocket and you say, well, I didn't have this money before. Maybe I'll put it towards a couple of months more worth of this genius information and fantastic ideas and mentorship and all the other great stuff that we do. And that's where it is. So, I mean, it was a great week. I should have retired. I know, between Tesla and that other one, AXSM. And, you know, I mean, this has been dumbfounding, really. You know, again, what I was saying to the hater out there, no matter what you say, again, if you're accusing me of a crime, please prove it, or we're going to have to fight. All right. Oh, actually, I will send someone like Game of Thrones. I will send someone to fight you in proxy. I will hire even a faster gun than I am, or I'll just send someone to beat the living shit out of you, because that's what you deserve, because you're lying. Okay. And again, I'm not saying I did any of this stuff, right? Remember, I'm never trading ever again. I traded, I actually legitimately, I was trading 8 share lots today of Beyond Meat because it got past the point where I wanted it to be. So I just started goofing around. I'm goofing around. The QQQ, where it's at, man. Don't need to trade ever again. I don't have to do this. What's up, man? I do this now to support some other guys. I like to talk. I like to trade. I like to let everybody know what I'm doing. I don't have to do this trading stuff anymore. I've won. I won the money. But when you got a stock like Beyond Meat, 3 months in the making, coming out of this range, just get yourself those $90 calls. You're risking $2. You made 10. Oh, sorry, the 81, the 80s. I mean, it was the 80s into the 85s, into the 90s, the 95s. So absolutely just incredible stuff. But what was fun was that one of our stocks that had been sitting around took off today, and we had a load of fun with it because I love it. I love space. I just like saying space. My new ringtone. Hang on, wait a second. You know I'm a geek, right? You know what's about to happen, right? You understand what's about to happen here, right?
Space, the final frontier.
We must have played that about 10,000 times. My radar is this. Now that everything we wanted to have happen in the first 8 days of the year has happened, now we go back to just specifically day trading, all right? Still holding my positions right now because everything's working. Bed Bath & Beyond, yeah. No, that one I lost. I lost twice on that one yesterday. After it held the 13th, after I got in when out of the halt, I bought it at 13. There was about 1 billion shares for sale, and I love when you see a big block like that, right? So I bought it 13. I offered out 13.50. Ooh, I'm a champ. And then it goes 14, 14.50, 15, trading over 15. I couldn't believe it when I saw this thing over 15, right? So today, also the next day when it actually opened up and tanked, I was looking for it to get back to that 13.50 area, and it did. So then I bought it, and I bought more 13.60, more 13.70, and then it rolled back over and I lost money. And then I bought it again, 13.60, 13.70, and it rolled over and went down again. And I thought for a moment, again, this is what I hate about bull markets. It seems like you're rewarded for being stupid. You're not supposed to take an overnight because you're losing money on the day trade. It's rule number 2. It's on page 5 in the brochure. What page? Page 5 in the brochure. You don't take an overnight just because you're losing on your day trade. It usually gets worse the next day. But in this market, you can't lose, right? Oh, the stock pulled back 2 points after you bought it. Fuck it. Just hold it until it goes back up. And everything goes back up, even Bed Bath & Beyond, which is mind-blowing because there's really no reason I wanted to hold it overnight, only the fact that I was in from a cost average of 13.67 and I didn't want to take the loss, but I got stopped out for another 12 cents on 1,000 shares and $120 out the window, whatever, twice. So $250 I'll never get back. And then the next day the stock's up $1. It's annoying, but nothing's more annoying than I put it all in perspective. I was doing some math. I know this number is going to sound stupid, but when I was in Hawaii and we went to the Tesla dealership, we were talking about buying the options on it. They were at, I think it was the 250s, right? The stock had just got back over 200. 250s were like $5 or $6. And then that month, the stock rocked up. So you probably would have made about 15 or 20 points there. So 4 or 5 times your money. But then after that monster earnings report, you still could have bought. It was a January 17th, 385 call for $7. And again, laying out $7 for an option, 25 points out of the money. Think about what you got to get. You had about a month and a half till expiration. You needed a pretty damn good move and the extra 7 points to get something going. So when the stock started moving up, we're in these options at $7. Next thing you know, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I had some meaningful size, maybe I would have, held on to it. But I looked at that same option 2 days ago, traded at $115. And it's just like mind-blowing. I was just in these contracts with like an $8 cost average, and 30 days later, they're worth $115. That's insane. I have not seen a move like that. And I don't think we're ever going to see a move like that. There are not many. See, I don't watch too many $200 stocks. So again, my wife's trying to calm me down. She's like, shut up. Yeah. You told us you were going to buy it. You didn't buy it. Move on. You'll find another one. I don't think we're going to find another Tesla. I don't think we're going to find a stock that's going to go from 220 to 500 in 3 months. I don't think we're going to find that move. I don't think we're going to find a stock that breaks an all-time high and tacks on, again, percentage-wise, I don't know if I could do this in my head, but, 385 was the break, and it went to 500. So 115 points on a $385 stock, I don't think you're going to get these moves. But that being said, with the Beyond Meat this week, right, trading the options, you had the chance of that type of gain, except the risk was greater. The reward might have been the same, but there's no way you're finding $6, $7 options that are going to go to 100. If you have any idea of one, please tell me. I would like to take it. But I think that probably might be now the biggest missed opportunity since I got stopped out of my futures contract when Fukushima was happening and the futures dropped like 700 points and somehow I got stopped out of my 3 contracts. I mean, that's, that would have been like, $600 turning into 35,000. This would have been let's say $7,000 worth of options would be worth $115,000 a month and a half later. That's insane. Think about it, right? It was about the option. We had the cost average. I think at most I had as 3 contracts. I remember I had them at 6, 7, and maybe 8. My cost average around 750. So let's call it 750. And let's say we didn't sell the top. Basically, they went from 750 to 100. What's up? That's insane. So 100 divided by 750, it's 13 times your money. No, seems like it's more than that, but yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to. The thing is, it wasn't that risky of a trade. You had about a month and a half to go. You were breaking all-time highs. It's just nuts. But going back to that Bed Bath & Beyond, sorry, the Beyond Meat. The Beyond Meat trade was interesting and better in a way because Beyond Meat had been dead for 3 months. So the option prices had been compressed due to the lack of volatility in the stock. So you were able to get yourself some $90 calls, a week and a half out, pretty damn cheap, and the stock topped another 7 or 8 points. So in there, you had about a 6 or 7 bagger in itself. And then we had a couple of decent trades. Obviously Space was pretty cool. Some of the guys had the $13 calls. I'm in the stock and I'm long-term. I got long-term options on Space. Now Beyond Meat has done everything I thought it would do. I legitimately think Beyond Meat might be done now, unless it breaks over that, today's high with a huge volume burst. Most of the money, this 20 points the stock was waiting, what is it now? Got to be 3 months, right, for this move. And you finally, once you broke over that, the 84.90 was the key number. Once you got through the 84.90, there was nothing stopping this to get to 90.45. Once you got through 90.45, now this is why the trade eluded me today, except for a couple of guys that decided to hold it overnight. It broke out in the aftermarket. I don't want to trade in the aftermarket. I don't like holding overnights, right? So I was hoping we were going to get an opportunity like the other day where Beyond Meat pulled back, went green, and you had a new trade involved. Here, I'm not a fan of the gap and go, but the thing was so damn strong and we still had room to go. The target today was 96.14. So once it broke, the target was 96.14. And once it broke over 95, I figured this had to happen. And, we made a couple of points. Again, I don't trade enough where any of this shit is significant anymore. But, I do have a nice position in Space. I think I'm gonna pony up some cash on this one. Because I find it fun, this trade. I like the fact that not many people are talking about it. I really don't care if the company makes money. Nobody cares about anybody making any money. It's all about momentum and excitement and hype. You got to understand Tesla, the whole original move in Tesla, they never made money. The stock went from 30 to 385, and they never made a dime. It was all hype. Now that they're a profitable company, again, I can't say enough about Tesla. You know where I think it's going? I think it's an $800 stock. I think once they announce a split, this thing's going to keep on going. And I love this market. I do think we're going higher, but I'd rather still be in cash. And starting next week, we're going to have so many individual opportunities on individual stocks coming out in numbers where my earnings reversal trade that works almost every time, that's all I'm going to be focusing my attention on. So today, for instance, was a kind of a day where owning stocks was a distraction. I came in with the AAOI and I'm all depressed because it sold off yesterday. I had Twitter and it rolled over and went back down. I had, AUPH, that was going nowhere today. Obviously I'm still short US Steel, so that was good because it went back down. What else did we have? INSG, I own it, but I'm actually glad it's pulling back because I want to buy more. And I just want to give it up to the Ameren people again. I mean, how do you stand it? How could you stand owning this stock for 20 years? Every time they come out with good news, it goes down. We actually had Uber as a swing trade for 2 days. We did all right with that. We escaped Smile Direct. Again, usually it's a 3-day event. That's why I'm not so excited about Beyond Meat. I still think Beyond Meat's a $40 stock. And now that it's had its 3-day monster move, this legitimately now, again, we went nowhere from October, the end of October till today, right? Right. You can't even go to space. We supposedly went there in the 50s, yet not one normal student has been there. Earth is flat. That's right, man. It's all about space. Well, now we're going to prove it, right? I will never, ever go into space. I will let you know that. I'm afraid of heights. The last thing I want to do is go into space. So, but yeah, it was, again, we had, and then you had the rad shorts. There's so much individual opportunities that you don't even know what to do. Right. Beyond Meat consolidated for 2 months and now it broke out. If you can get, you got such momentum. The shorts are finally in a panic. If this thing could get going again, and I mean, not a parabolic move, I'd like to see it consolidate. If it consolidates between 97.50 and that last breakout area, which is now it's about 88.27, the stock's really got no reason that it can't get to 124. So I still like it, but considering this 20 points, this was the 20 points that we all should have made. 77 to 97, that's the easy money right there. So now you have to wait till it consolidates. Rationally speaking, by the way, I mean, rational thought doesn't really play out in this market too much. Hang on a second. Let the bass kick. Getting the edibles kicking in. What's up? You guys remember house music from Amsterdam? Dance party.
Let the bass kick.
I still love house music. House music all night long. Come on, make some noise!
Here we go.
Shit's so cool. This is there's the Enigma, Let the Bass Kick. There's a couple of versions of it. My old school rave soundtrack from '92. So yeah, that's the only thing about Beyond Meat now, that it's had this 10 points happened in what, 4 days, right? You broke out. I mean, wow, just unbelievable. Stock was $75. $75. It's a 20-point move, just like that. And that's why I like stocks that get their ass kicked, because when they come back in a big way. So I think we'll get some consolidation, but then I think we could break out. Anyway, if you haven't signed up, okay, I don't know what got it going. There was the other company had some good news, and that just kickstarted Beyond Meat. I have no idea why this went up like that. But once the shorts get spooked, then bang. I don't really read the news. I know something got it going, and then the calls started getting bought, and then the squeeze ensued. That's what it really comes down to. But listen, I want to just say thanks again for the guys that signed up. We're doing a class tomorrow. If you've ever been, if you ever wanted to see what we do, basically every 6 weeks I do the class now. We go over basically everything you want to know about trading And then, we're talking about platforms and rules and regulations and all that stuff. And then we just do charting for about 3 or 4 hours. And then on Sunday, come back, we're going to do some option work. So if you never did anything, if you never took any classes with us, this is the class I'm always talking about. It's $350, which is probably the best money you'll ever spend. But it's not just the class. You get another month to hang out with me. So that's the next thing. If you never did it before, take the new trials start Monday. Email me, take the trial, hang out for 3 or 4 weeks, take the next class, and then you basically get your 2 months and the class for $350. Nobody does it better. I mean, boom, right there, you could be set and gone. Some people learn and then they're gone, poof. Some people stay, some they go, do it. 2 mouse fell into a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly drowned. You know how it is. So if you haven't stopped in, do so. But I don't know if you're going to better sign up for the classes tomorrow. But I want to let you know Wednesday. Next Wednesday, the 20th is my day. Sorry, I got the wrong date. It's Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And the date is Wednesday the 22nd for the Wealth 365 event. So if you haven't signed up, let me get you that link one more time. Please do so. It's free. And I'm going to shove 22 years of stock market knowledge down your throats in 45 minutes. So, yeah, it's going to be hype. All right, let me just get that for you. Come on. You guys remember this one? You guys remember Total Confusion?
Total confusion! Total confusion! Total confusion!
It's my favorite techno sound in the world right here. Wait, this is from like 1991. This is the Trading Online Summit. So it's all online. You just click on that link and then register for the event. And on Tuesday night, I'm going to blast out the link to get in there.
Radio stations are questioning their blackness, they call us a black, but we'll see if they're playing.
It's for you, buddy. Is this what they're dancing to when Blade comes in? I love this. All right, well, my video is going to be banned from YouTube. I played like 8 different songs, so I won't be able to monetize my 6 people that watch the video. All right, have a good weekend. And starting Monday, just email info@hitthebid.com or the warlock@hitthebid.com. However, somebody will get back to you. Come join us. See what it's all about. This is the most important time in the history of trading to be involved. We've got a little bit of heightened volatility, and we're going into earnings season, and we're coming into earnings season at all-time highs. So I really, really think there's going to be some fireworks going on. And I think we're going to have some chances to short some stocks. Oh, my God. Crazy times. All right. All right, man. And if you see somebody put negative comments on my stream, beat them to death. Punch him in the nose. As Trump said, get that guy out of here. Get him. Don't forget the thumbs up. All right, we're going to dance it out. I come prepared. I have all kinds of stupid shit in my house. All right, it's going to be that kind of night. I'll see you guys in the morning. VWAP for life. Woo! See you guys. Have a good weekend.